All right, so I have a lot of stuff in the description box. I'll be posted in the first comment. Stuff that help you guys level up and be successful in the future. So be sure to watch this video from the beginning to the end. I want to talk about something that's very dear to my heart. This is for my boo, and title of this video, My Haitian Girlfriend, the best relationship I've ever had. I never thought, I'll do this in two parts. Last year, I've had a lot of bad stuff happen to me. A lot of really bad stuff. Life-threatening stuff. So from May of 2025, actually, February 2025 to November of 2025 was an extremely turbulent part in my life. And I met Trese November 23rd. And this is where I was. This year was so messed up. So many bad things happened. And that year, it reset me as a person. A lot of the things I used to do, I no longer have any interest in. And I don't know if it was the year, because I will share some with you. I'll share part of what happened to me. I was in the hospital for 4 months. And some bad stuff happened. And when you're in the hospital a long time, you kind of develop relationship with the nurses. And this one nurse sat me down and told me that the reason I was going through what I was going through was God was delivering me from a very bad situation. And I told her I thought that was crazy. I thought what was happening to me was the work of the devil. And she's like, no, that's God's work, right? So I go ahead, I get out of the hospital. And my first month out the hospital, which was September, I was still quite weak. I was in McDonald's. And I almost passed out. That's how weak I was. And then I got much better, and I got better, and I got better and better and better and better. Now I'm fine, but back then it was rough. So I tried to go into a dating situation with someone I used to date. She was not interested. When I got to that point where I wanted to meet someone, to do something, to be part of something, she wasn't interested. So that was October, and that was around my birthday, October 19th. Then I just went through this period where I was just really, really frustrated, really, really frustrated. So November rolls around, and let me see. It's not going to be on this phone. Or will it be on this phone? Let me find out. All right. So let's kind of do a little scrolling, because there's a lot of information here. There's a lot of stuff I need to get out, a lot of stuff I need to talk about. Where the hell? Oh, I was here. I moved in this place in December. A lot has happened. Good Lord, we got a lot of stuff to scroll through here. I never actually ever thought I would be in love with a Haitian woman that used to live in France. They used to live in Paris. Never even in my mind, right? So, okay, this is where we're getting into it. Okay. Oh, good Lord. There's so much to go through. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yep, we're almost there. Almost there. And we started talking that sweet stuff, those sweet conversations quite early. Oh, my first message was to her November 23rd. Then we actually met. Yeah, she's living in Paris. And all right, so we actually met on the 24th. First time I ever contacted her was the 23rd of November. And going back to what happened last year, it was just crazy what I went through. And I meet her, and it's a great first date. It's an awesome first date. Got some lip action. That's like, I want to kiss. Got a kiss. Then the next day we spent the next day together. Then the day after that we spent that day together. Then Thanksgiving came, and her family's like, "Why are you spending so much time with this man? We don't know him." And then we spent Saturday together. So I meet her that Monday, and then Saturday we're at the Cheesecake Factory, and I'm messing around on Facebook, and I have a picture of us, and I post this picture on it, and I said, "Me and my beautiful woman." So from Monday we got together. Saturday she became my girlfriend. Very, very quick, very, very fast. And one of the things that we have to do is there's this app. Um, Here's this app. We use, let's see, it's Google Translate, right? It's a little app up there. I use it quite a bit because one of the things I had to learn was when I want to have a serious conversation with her, her English is quite good. She learned how to speak English, talk, listening to cartoons, which I thought was remarkable. But when I want to tell her something, I will translate it in French and use the app to make sure she gets it because there's kind of been some disconnects there. Some things have happened. Things were said that were not fully understood. So if there's something really important I need to tell her, I'll put it in the app and I'll translate it to French. And that's been working really, really well. We've not had any mistakes and anything like that. But one of the things that I saw really, really early, she's cooked for me about 3 times. She's always like, "Did you eat?" She's always checking on me. She really cares. Uh, it's a very different relationship because it's reciprocal. I love this woman. And I remember the first time I told her I love her because I went and picked her up and I pulled in the parking lot. I was like, "I need to share something with you. I love you. I think about you all the time." And I got this chuckle and this smile. And that was it, because I didn't put her in a position where she had to say, "I love you" back. It was for me to get that off my chest, just to talk, because I was feeling it. I was feeling it. I was feeling it. I was feeling it. So then maybe 2 weeks later, she tells me she loves me. So it wasn't like pushed or forced, it just popped up. She's like, "I love you." So it's a reciprocal relationship. It's shared energy. She's very kind. Let's talk about sex. And I'm not going to get graphic detail, but it was her ideal for us to have sex the first time, which meant, entrepreneur in Carl's, I forget what his name is, but you know what he is, burning desire. We have some awesome fucking sex. Oh my God, it's great. So she loves me. She's expressed that. We have awesome sex. And she's a caring, compassionate person. And there's an age gap. It's a massive age gap. I'll be 60 this year's, and she'll be 28 next month, March 8th. She'll be 28. So I am 32 years older than she is. I was a 32-year-old man the day she was born. And we've not had one conversation about the age gap. She has not brought it up. I am almost certain she knows how old I am. And we were having the conversation, and she's asked me, she said, "How many children you need?" And I was like, "What, 2?" Then we were having a conversation. She said, "I don't know, maybe 2, maybe 3." And I'm just sitting here like, I had to really, really think about this. 60 years old, being with a younger woman who's of childbearing age, who wants children. And I had to sit back and think, and I started calculating and doing all the math. And I was like, okay, if I can make it to 84, I could see my children grow up and be adults. If I can make it to 95 or 96, I could see them reach middle age. And so what I started doing, I'm with the program. I started eating differently. I had a heart attack in 2019. So one of the things I do now is like, I love Waffle House, but I go to Waffle House. I don't get the sausage. I'll get a pecan waffle and I get some eggs. And there's another place where I can go get fish in the morning, fish and grits. So I'm changing my diet. I got to start working out again because my intentions is to be here as long as possible. If I can make 95, 96, it'll be great because we're getting married. I've put these videos up there and people keep pushing back like, don't do it, don't get married. Married's a bad institution. I got to say something. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but I have a photo album of her in my phone, and it's called The Love of My Life, right? So I've got all kinds of pictures of her stuff, and this right here, that's one of my favorite pictures right there. And then there's another one I got. That's another fave. She made that video in my car. And then this one I took the other day. That's her just walking down the hall at my apartment complex. I gotta say, I love everything about her. I love the way she looks. I think she's very sexy. I love the way she speaks. The French accent is very stimulating. And I love who she is as a person. I think she will make an excellent mother. I think she would make a tremendous mother because of who she is as a person. And I have to say, looking back at my multitude of relationships, this is the best relationship I've ever had in my life. Ever. I was married once. That was a bad relationship. I've had women that were good women, but I never thought about marrying them. I didn't want to build a life with them. Second week of knowing Trese, I was thinking of marriage. Second week. So what I want to do, and I talk a lot of smack on YouTube because my life is purpose driven, right? And we've talked about, like with Thanksgiving, her family had these events and stuff, and then she told me like next year I'll be here. She told me that early on. So like I said, it's reciprocal. We're pretty much in the same space, emotionally, physically, we're in the same space. And I never even dreamt that something like this would happen. I've dated foreign women before. I dated a girl from Cameroon. That was a lot of fun. But this is definitely the best relationship I had. And this is something that you may find funny. I find myself bragging about her to perfect strangers. I had to go do a little business trip, and I was in the hotel, and I was telling the bartender the whole story and how we met and everything. And it was still fresh. I think we had met like, it hadn't even been 30 days. And he said, I like your story. It's good to hear good stories. I like that. And I do that all the time. And I share my story and everything because I'm in a relationship with someone I am proud to be in a relationship with. She's my girlfriend. We hold hands. When we're out, that we're a couple. There's no, well, maybe he's just hanging with, no, we're a couple. And this is one of the biggest things that for me to go from the lifestyle I used to have, the BDSM lifestyle, the multiple girlfriends, to where I'm at now. I have no desire to have multiple women. And how you act when you're alone is a signal to how you'll be really behave. And there was things like she got sick, and I didn't see her for a week. And you know what I did? I just poured myself into my work. I didn't think of getting on a dating app. It didn't even occur to me. So that's how I know I'm all in on this, because of my behavior when she's not around. I just work. I just do more work. I just pour myself in my work. I have not met or talked to anyone. And I went to a Christmas party, and this is really, really interesting. There was about 12, 15 single women at the Christmas party that were ultra hot. 12, 15 of them. And I actually spent most of my time talking to my friends, because I would say this Christmas party, I had about 30 friends there. So I spent most of the time talking to my friends. I would talk to these women here and there, and I left. And there was no friction or accidents and she asked me about that, because I was talking about the party, and she's like, were there women at this party? I did not know. She had a little jealousy. She was like, I said, yeah. And she's like, did you talk to the women? Did you dance with the women? And I said, no. I spent most of my time talking to my friends. And I'm really sad that you couldn't make the party. And then I talked about that. And then my friend Dina, who hosted the party, she does this. She'll do it next year. She'll be next year's party. But I'm in a very different place. I'm in a really different mindset. And, like I said, we're getting married. We're going to have some children, which took me about a week to really compartmentalize that in my mind, because I was like, then, one of the things is how you live, how you do it. I changed my diet, because that's why I had the heart attack, because I had a really bad diet. So I changed my diet. I'm looking at stuff, and now I'm working my business. Now I got to start working out every day really, really soon, so I can be here. And my goal, I'm shooting for 95, 96. If I could live to 95, 96, see my children grow up, get married, and have families, I think that would be one of the greatest gifts on the planet. So that's my situation. That's what's going on. Let me know your thoughts and opinions.